you've got on your little thing there.
No, I am a pretty hardcore agnostic, and on the basis that...
But we're all aware of God. We all have a sense of God, even though you may say, well, I don't necessarily know the particulars, but we all have, I mean, you care because life matters and the way you live matters,
because life
right?
matters.
But the question is, I'm trying to put a little stone in your shoe. That said, but why? Why does it matter?
A lifetime.
Yeah, there's two.
That's
ways.
it. Bird in the hand and Paris in the spring.
Yeah.
Jumping
That's
ahead.
the fun one. Yeah.
Oh yeah. So the whole point of this is just to show you how easy it is to trick your mind.
My mind's very easily tricked.
Oh yeah. It's all of us. It's not just you.
Yes.
So do you want to take the good person test?
Oh boy, that's a telling one. Go on, let's do the good person test.
All right. Yeah. So are you familiar with the 10 Commandments? Do you think you're a good person? I'll ask you a question. Yeah.
Those are two different questions. Yes.
Yeah. So do you believe you're a good person? Yeah.
I hope so. I try. No,
Yeah.
you gotta try.
Oh yeah. Don't we all?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you familiar with the 10 Commandments?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, what is your moral standard for being a good person? Like, don't lie, don't steal.
Generally, be good to people, planet, and creatures in general. There you go.
Yeah. Like love your neighbor like you love yourself. Just like treat everyone how you want to be treated.
Be good. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like basically the 10 Commandments. That's what Jesus taught.
Yeah.
You got to love your neighbor as you love yourself. So you think when on Judgment Day, according to the 10 Commandments, you think you'll go to heaven or hell according to these 10 Commandments? You think you kept all of them?
Well,
you see,
now you're working on the premise of believing in a heaven and hell. I think you have to just be a good person and not be so altruistic about trying to get into places by being good, because that seems a little not good.
Oh yeah, but that's the whole point. Yeah,
you should just be good and not worry about that.
Well,
shit.
and the problem is
just
that
do good stuff.
Good by what standard, though? I mean, because the Bible clearly teaches heaven and hell.
But people twist
Jesus
that shit.
talked
People
about,
twist that shit and be horrible to different people of different races and religions.
This is true, but horrible. Like, what standard? By what standard do we say? Okay,
everyone is equal, regardless of anything else.
You should not act this way. You should act that way. Who says? I mean, who makes the rule?
You didn't do the good people test. As long as you are...
You didn't need to test whether you're a good person.
I'm doing it.
She's doing it.
I am doing it.
And she's
pretty
doing a good job.
much, if you judge someone else, that's... And if nobody knows everything, and you just got to be kind and generous and not be judging other people and shit.
We very much agree with you now. I mean, we all judge to some degree, right? I mean, if we say the person who judges is wrong, we're judging that person for judging. So we have to have some judgment, or else we can't even say murder's wrong, or whatever. So it's a type of judgment.
If you're taking away from someone else, that's how I feel.
It's like self-righteous, hypocritical judgment. Thank God I'm not like that person, because I am. But the problem that I would, I guess, hope to maybe elicit, I mean, and I don't want to just leave you with the problem. I want to give, the solution is where we want to go ultimately. But without a standard, how can we say anything that you don't like is wrong, is actually wrong? If there's any standard that says we have to treat people well versus,
it seems pretty obvious.
Only there was a book.
No. I think it's a pretty obvious thing. But I do believe that ethics is not a checkbox. I work in development, international development, and I say to people, ethics is not a checkbox. It's an evolving improvement. So people used to believe some stuff that is terrible that they used to think was good. Like people used to stone each other to death.
No, but there
crazy
are
shit.
no, but there are some
used
foundational things though. That's you're right. It does change over time. There are
Yeah.
some foundational things that are generally understood by
People
everybody.
used to
Even
not
have-
recognize
even
that
have
animals need as
even
many
have
rights as humans.
Progression, we have to have some standard to say
Yes.
there's something we're progressing toward. Like this is a standard, and we're getting closer to it. But if without Christ, how do you have that standard?
Oh, but I
That's
don't
what
know
I'm
that
asking.
dude knew any more than
That's
I
what
did.
I'm asking.
Everyone's equal, so how can anyone be better? No, everyone's equal. So I
Well,
don't believe in anyone being better.
Right, but
It's not a pyramid scheme like you've got on your little thing there.
No, I am a pretty hardcore agnost, and on the basis that
But we're all aware of God. We all have a sense of God, even though you may say, well, I don't necessarily know the particulars, but we all have it. I mean, you care because life matters and the way you live matters,
because life
right?
matters.
And but the question is, I'm trying to put a little stone in your shoe. That said, but why? You know, why does it matter? You know, without.
It's not because someone tells you that it matters, because that's a
but you.
failing rather than a benefit.
Well, it depends on who that someone is. If that someone is just
But
another,
if everyone's
another
equal,
person,
if everyone's equal,
well,
no, they are. Everyone's
equally-
life is equal.
well, we're
everyone's
neither
being-
equally bad nor equally good. I mean, we're all at a different. I mean, you know, I wouldn't. Would you say everyone's equally good? I mean,
Oh no, some people don't try at all.
Everyone has
so-
the potential to be equally good.
And there's some terrible, awful people who claim
Yeah,
to
I
be
don't-
good
I
who are
don't-
terrible.
sure, and but we have a standard by which we're judging now. To say this person who
Did you
claims to
hurt
be,
someone? Did
let's say they
you?
claim to be religious, but they
But
have a very
religion doesn't
unloving
make you
attitude.
good. Religion does not make anyone good.
This is the worst argument I hear from religious people. It's that in the absence of religion, we all just degrade into animals, which is absolute horseshit.
Yeah, that is a very
Well,
strong
it's
belief
not,
of
it's
ours.
not, that's
but-
not even what we're saying. What we're saying is that you can't make sense of what you care about
No, you can.
outside of Christ.
I think you can.
Okay, so
without
please do,
needing
you know,
some
it's
guy.
Like, how do you? But
Also, who's
you-
a woman, by the way, because he's
you
definitely
can
not a
s-
guy.
Okay, but I have never.
If people
I've
need
talked to a lot
religion
of
as if
people.
people need religion as a crutch to support you and give you some kind of footing in life, then I'm all for it. Like, good on you. I'm not going to take that away.
Yeah, as an agnostic, I won't be anti anything, but I don't think
You don't right.
I,
mean,
I
but-
don't think that they're.
We just believe in one less God than you.
Yeah, there
You
are,
don't believe in
there are
999
100
gods. We
well,
believe in one
that's,
less God
that's
than
a
you.
non
Right?
sequitur. I mean, it does not follow.
It is true.
It
is
does not
true.
follow because all those other gods are not
Equal.
equal to the God
Yes, they
who
are equal.
reveals himself
Oh, no,
through
they're equal.
conscience and creation.
See,
I
millions of
would-
people that
Christ.
follow,
I would
follow
feel it
those
was
gods
very
they are.
judgmental
No,
to
there
say
aren't.
that.
No, there aren't. I mean, how many gods do people actually follow?
It's about
Or even
999
try,
gods.
even try to
total.
follow.
It's about 999 gods.
I mean,
Oh,
if
yeah,
you look at,
my-
if you look at
my
the
roommate's a
Hindus,
Hindu, so
have-
she's
right,
got
they
a
have
whole
millions of
bunch.
gods. Okay,
She's got the God of War.
She's got,
Really
she
badass.
has a lot of
Right,
gods.
right.
Yeah.
It has
but
multiple
they
arms.
also say everything's an illusion and there's no good or evil. If you really follow the monistic kind of view of things, everything is an illusion and you can't really know anything for certain.
But I agree with that.
But do you know that for certain?
No. As an agnostic, that is exactly it. Nobody knows anything.
Yeah, there's
for certain.
power in
But all
knowing
you
you don't
can
know.
do
But you're
is make
putting your
be-
faith
is-
in something you're kind of aren't you kind of it's like
I'm
if I
following, I'm
said
coming.
if I said I can't speak a word of English,
Yes.
you go, but you just did, right? It's like saying I know that I don't know anything. It's the same thing, isn't
As a
it?
human, we are so vain to think we know stuff. I don't think we can know.
But
Because anything could be true. Harry Potter could be as true as the Bible to me. Why is one more
well, but
serious than the
even
other?
even the stories and even like let's say whether it's like the Matrix, it's like we could be in the Matrix, someone
Yeah.
says or whatever. But outside of the Matrix, there's reality.
Yeah.
There has to be a basis for
I
even
don't.
saying
You see,
everything's an
that's the
illusion.
thing.
There
I
has
don't
to
think
be reality.
I think the only thing we
in
have to
that sense.
know is that you have to. I run a charity. This is what I feel like.
And you're
that's
very
somehow
nice,
is-
and I appreciate you talking to me so much.
No, because I am actually quite passionate about the fact that that humans need to be better people. So I'm all for however it gets you to be good. Whatever way will get people
Yeah,
to be good.
yeah. And you're aware of
Definitely
God,
a-
and you have that
But I
standard
don't-
written on your
yes.
heart, even though you say you don't
Yes.
know, you do know. That's what God says. That's what the word. That's what the Christian worldview says. That we.
Yeah,
it
but I
starts
don't
with
need
knowledge.
that to be a thing.
It starts with knowledge. We all have knowledge. We all have knowledge
No,
of
we
God.
have a lack of knowledge. This is where we start.
Right.
Humans know nothing.
But you can't know
We
that
are
unless you
ants.
know something.
We are like an
you
ant.
can't
We
know
are
that we lack
knowledgeless.
knowledge unless you know something.
We know a little more
I don't
than
say
we
know
used to.
everything, but I do say that we have certainty in Christ. We have certain reverence for God is the beginning of knowledge. In Christ there's knowledge, treasure, wisdom, knowledge. This is what the Christian worldview teaches, that it starts with knowledge. God is a God of knowledge. He creates us in His image.
I don't think it takes us
to know.
forward very
We
much.
know things in a way that your dog doesn't. Though your dog is
He is so
dog,
good.
and-
This dog is good.
I mean, and dogs, animals are not fallen in the way we are.
But we're equals.
It's like we have,
you know?
we have a guilty knowledge. You know, we have a sense of right and wrong, but we don't.
Yes.
We know we should be doing
We should try and be better.
doing what's right,
I know.
but we
I know.
naturally
and a
don't
lot of
want
good
the
is done
God
in the
that is
name
the
of
basis
religion.
for it.
A lot of awful things are done in the name of religion.
That's true. I agree. I agree.
you know,
we're,
those
when
people
we're
who hang
against
around
man-made,
outside
we're
Planned
against man-made
Parenthood,
religion.
I don't wish them well. I wish them ill because they're evil, and they're definitely going to hell.
So you think all those babies should not live, or
Oh hell yes, because
why?
I
we-
could
we
not
know
be a
a-
more
we know a
passionate.
baby. You know a baby that is living now because
I've had
someone
10
is standing
miscarriages,
outside.
so I know. I really
Okay,
know.
so why
So-
would that make any difference as to what happens to those babies?
Because those are not real humans. That is just a body thing that happens like my period every month, and sometimes it.
That's
it's
that's very
absolutely
unscientific, though. I mean, say
Well,
they're not
and
real
we eat
humans.
animals,
right?
they're the same. No.
I
I
mean,
think
nothing's added from the time of conception.
I
It's just
the-
development,
the
different stage of development.
validity
You
of
know,
a
different
woman's
stage of development.
a woman's control of her own
Just
body
because
is
you're
crucial,
smaller.
crucial above anything else. And when
Well,
I see
and
those
who made
people
that-
outside Planned
right, but
Parenthood,
see,
they break my heart.
That's a
because
legalistic
if
mentality
they-
that says we can
If
make.
they were to
but see,
spend their
nobody-
time adopting
but
children
do you
and
know
being good,
that they're wrong?
that would.
You know that
I know
those
they're
people are wrong.
100% wrong.
But we don't know anything, right?
I know that
So-
I don't believe in whatever has led them to that evil place where they yell at women who are going in for smear tests, who are. I have suffered the miscarriage that takes me to Planned Parenthood and have those people yell at me. They can drop dead, quite honestly. Those people can drop dead because
And
they were yelling at people who were suffering.
If anyone, if anyone
These are
was
people who
yelling
are
at you,
suffering and they felt that
But-
was more important. No. Oh, you're going to have a big old shock when you go to hell, you Planned Parenthood like
Yeah,
people, because
but-
that is evil.
But wrong.
And I see
by
evil
what
in the name of
standards?
religion,
See, the
and that
thing
makes
is,
me
thing
sad.
is, you're not an agnostic.
What's that?
You're claiming now that you know that things are so evil that certain people are going
I
to hell.
see people doing evil things all the time
But
by being
but
evil
by
to
what
other people.
standard? Right, and I agree. No one should be cruel and mean to anyone.
And
But-
that's and cruelty.
but
There you
I
go.
also know, I know people
You know.
that do that type of ministry, and they're
I
not
also
being
know
cruel
people
and
who've
mean.
been abused by priests and that kind of stuff. I can't count
Yeah.
on religion when such evil happens.
But
And
there's,
men,
there's
you
false,
know,
there's
it's-
man-made religion and all sorts of stuff for done
It's
in the
true,
name of man-made
but
religion.
I do think that good lives within us, and it doesn't matter what religion you were born into or you taught in. I think you have to go with a clean heart and not do stuff.
It's not
People do
like-
bad stuff in the name of whatever, but I don't think being religious swings you in a good person way at all.
Well,
I don't
it's-
think it's
but
relevant.
God's righteousness is revealed in Christ. God's perfect holiness is revealed in Christ. And Christ lives a perfect life that we are required to live.
Assuming that that's what you. If you have no belief in that whatsoever, then.
But without it, you can't make sense
No,
of
you can't.
all that you care
I feel
about.
like I am a very ethical person, a deeply ethical person.
Right.
I don't need someone to guide that.
You want to believe
And
that.
I
know.
say this from because I actually care so hard in people being good that's why I care so much about it. But it has to be in the absence of because someone told you to.
But it
has
to be
to come from a
according
place
to
that is.
your standard of goodness. Like, you have to be pro-Planned Parenthood. Or else
I
you're
have
a
to be
bad
pro
person.
people having control of their body because how can you be a
But
human
it's not
if you don't
your
have
body.
It is
and
my body.
the
It's my body every time.
Different DNA, different
no, my
heartbeat,
body.
different sex. I mean,
My body.
just because they're small, it's not your body.
No, it is. Because I've given birth to those miscarried babies, and they couldn't survive without my body. So
Right, that doesn't make them not a
it's
person.
It's cells.
wouldn't
It
it-
is not a person.
Well, your cells. I mean,
Exactly.
You know,
so it's
but-
not a big deal.
well, it is a big deal because we're creating God's image and we have value. and
No, we're
dignity.
not though. That's the problem. We are
But
not.
why care about anything of us? If you're not creating God's image, they're not creating God's image, why do you care?
Why do I care about being good? Because I'm a human, and humans should care about being good in the absence of discovering some being.
Which makes sense in the universe created by God, and that he's written his law upon our hearts. We have a conscience.
But why is that different for a Hindu to a Muslim to a whatever?
It's not. It's just they don't have a solution.
No,
to
they
the
do.
problem.
Everyone's equal. Remember?
What is the solution for the Hindu? I mean, they
have a way
going
better
through
rule,
multiple
actually.
lives,
Hindu is
multiple
way
reborn
nicer
lives, and
religion
then
than
trying to get out of
Christianity.
the wheel of reincarnation and all that.
No. Oh.
What's the solution then?
There's no solution. We die and we become the soil.
Well,
It's our
say
sense
you're
of
born
importance as a
you're
human that
born
makes us
into
think otherwise.
another-
These guys are getting cold.
We are.
You are.
Let's go.
Thank you so
I
much.
know.
Thank you so much.
Please make
I
people good, but
appreciate
not
you.
through God, through like real stuff, right?
Well,
So real good stuff.
God is
Einstein was
the
an atheist,
basis
right?
of reality.
Einstein was an
No,
atheist.
actually, I don't think he was.
Oh no! Einstein was an
was.
agnostic as well.
Well-
He's a famous agnostic.
Yeah.
He was Jewish.
He was born Jewish. He died an agnostic.
Well,
Most
that
scientists,
that may or may not be.
most scientists are
but
not religious, though.
Science does not
Exactly.
make
He was
sense
born Jewish
outside
as
of
a
the
race,
Christian
and he
worldview
died an
because
agnostic.
knowledge. If you can't know anything, you can't do science.
The smartest man on earth knew that we knew
But
nothing.
you have to do science to know stuff through the
Well,
process
you
of
have
reasoning.
to have knowledge to start with to do science. You have to have a basis for knowledge.
Sure.
Okay, I'm sorry. I
You have to
kept
be able to
you
trust
people
your
cold, guys.
senses and reason.
Thank you.
God
evening.
bless
I
you
appreciate
guys.
that conversation.
Thank you. I appreciate you too. Thanks so much.